Are you ready?
Welcome to another sports presentation of Adams Cable High School football as the Carbondale area Chargers go up against the Old Forge Blue Devils in a Lackawanna Conference Division III matchup. Brought to you by Adams Cable Service. Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. By your Napa Auto Parts store, Tonkin Auto Supply. McGovern Insurance Agency. Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center. Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street Childs. Main Street Sunoco. Biglomini Drugstore Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. Jerry's Tire and Auto Service. Nick's Excavating and Paving. The starting lineups for today's game are presented by Roselle Department Store, Carbondale. It's time for the big plays and hard-hitting action of Adams Cable High School football between Old Forge and Carbondale area. With the pregame show and the call of today's game, here's Nick Homick, Dave Serra, and Steve Young. Guys!
Welcome to Week 8 of Adams Cable High School football, and today we are at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex as the Old Forge Blue Devils are in town to play the Carbondale area Chargers. Joining me for the broadcast, Dave Serra and Nick Homick. Dave, for Carbondale area, the struggles continue, and for the Old Forge Blue Devils, they are rocking and rolling.
Well, obviously, you're going to see one of the better teams in the state tonight on the broadcast. So, and hopefully Carbondale, a little bit more success last week on offense. Maybe they can continue that into this week, Steve.
The Blue Devils are very big across the line of scrimmage, and for the Chargers to stay in the ball game, they are going to have to move the football and pick up some first downs.
I know Coach Gabriel's been worried about his passing game, but Jordan Tallarico still ranks second in his division in passing. So I think you might see Coach Gabriel pull a page from the old John LaSavage playbook, some screens, some bubble screens, mix in the run and the pass, some underneath throws to the tight end. Maybe he can hang for a while, and you never know. He's pulled out a few big ones in his career.
And we have all of the action of the Blue Devils and the Chargers coming up after this timeout on Adams Cable High School football. Insurance is more than just a policy. It's knowing that you are properly covered to protect all the assets you have worked so hard to acquire over the years. For over 50 years, McGovern Insurance has fulfilled the needs and expectations of families and businesses in the greater Carbondale area. McGovern Insurance Agency specializes in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. Call for a competitive quote and superior service at 282-1170. Your protection comes first at McGovern Insurance Agency, 26th Avenue, Carbondale. What does it mean to be an expert? Does it mean getting the job done right? Or being able to pinpoint a problem and quickly find a solution? Whatever the meaning, the team in NJS are your experts in hydraulic and pneumatic components. So whether you need a custom hose built on the spot or a cylinder repaired from the ground up, the experts at NJS are there when you need them. And with the area's largest hose and fittings warehouse, NJS has thousands of the parts you need in stock and ready to go. NJS Route 6 Mayfield, online at njsco.com. NJS is proud to call this area home and proud to sponsor our area athletes on Adams Cable Channel 7. You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
Here with Coach Schuback from Old Forge. Coach, year after year, Old Forge always there. Big 11 hung in there, competed, came to the Suburban, won titles. How do you do it down there, sustaining the success for all these years?
Well, we've been really fortunate with great players and the commitment of their families and our commitment of our players to be a part of this. And, we told our seniors this week, the hourglass is upside down now. And, 3 short years ago you started and it's coming to a close. So they understand the sense of urgency and commitment it takes to be in this situation, but also sacrifice. And I think anybody the more you put in, the more you get out, and that's been the motto of our team for the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow, that's impressive. And again, you're ranked in the state again. Now tonight, Carbondale, little bit of struggles on offense. Last week came out of it a little bit. What are you worried about Dominic Gelati running the ball? What do you look for at Carbondale tonight, and what do you got to do to stop them?
Well, I'll tell you a quick story. We coached some Carbondale kids a couple years ago in a dream game, and they were fantastic players. They gave us such a lift. So we always know we were in a game when you come up here, because those 3 guys did a heck of a job for us that played a lot, and 3 or 4 of them played their behinds off for us. So we know Dominic's a great ball player. He follows in the tradition of a hard-nosed Carbondale football player. Their offensive line came off the ball last week. They do a lot of different things. Coach, he does everything. 1 minute he's running the ball, next time he's throwing it all over the place. So, when you prepare for Carbondale, you just prepare for your keys. You let the game take shape. But it's a great rivalry. Both clubs play very hard, and we have a lot of respect for them.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
When your car does this, call us first.
Every job is perfect, or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale. Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family. The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
Coach, tonight, the offense came to life a little bit last week. Now, tonight you're facing a defense that's been hot the last 3 weeks, pitching 2 shutouts and giving up a score late. Now, Lackawanna Trail played them tough. You played Lackawanna Trail even. What are you looking to do tonight?
We're hoping to have put together a drive, even if it doesn't end in points. We need to be able to keep the ball away from them for a while. Last week, we did score some points, but we turned the ball over 5 times, and we preached to practice this week. If we turn it over 5 times against a team the caliber of Old Forge, it's going to get ugly real fast.
Now, Coach Schubeck just praised yourself as far as the play calling. You got something up your sleeve tonight, maybe to.
I can't reveal that information right now, sir. But no, the trick playbook, we have this many injuries, I'm afraid we trick ourselves, actually, Dave.
Right,
so we're going to keep it as simple as we can and just try to keep the ball away from them.
Now, Dominic Gelati healthier than he's been at any point in the season. Last week he had a great game. You looking for something big from him tonight?
Yeah, we're going to give him the ball as much as we possibly can. I mean, we don't want to wear him down. We're going to spread the ball around, hope to get our play-action pass game going a little bit, and have Jordan Tallarico take some of the pressure off of him. But he knows the ball's going to be in his hands the majority of the game.
Beautiful. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All righty.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving, Carbondale.
Dremel. Hey, Dremel?
No, I'm David.
Can't find what you're looking for? Adams Cable Service has the perfect tool to find what you want, when you want. Just use your remote to access on demand. The on-screen menus make it easy to find thousands of favorite hit movies and shows you can play instantly. Adams Cable Service. It's all about you.
And now the starting lineups for today's game, presented by Roselle Department Store in Carbondale, where the smart new collection of fall and winter apparel is arriving daily. Going to a formal affair or special occasion? Let the experience of Sam Kalura at Roselle Department Store work for you with a perfectly tailored tuxedo by Sarno & Son. Roselle is school uniform headquarters, and they have a wide variety of uniforms for Lakeland, Carbondale area, LaSalle Academy, Holy Cross, Forest City, and Valley View, and they also offer prompt, reliable laundry and dry cleaning services. You can always depend on Roselle Department Store for unsurpassed quality, style, and value. Sam and the great staff at Roselle and Carbondale are proud to present your starting lineups for today's game between the Old Forge Blue Devils and the Carbondale area Chargers. And we'll find out who wins the coin toss, and we'll run down your starting lineups.
Toss, and looks like they've elected to receive the opening kickoff.
Okay, so your starting offense for the Old Forge Blue Devils: Mondo Salavante at tight end, a senior at 5'10" and 200 pounds. Jared Horn at split end, 6 foot, 175 pounds, and a senior. Trevor Brown at left tackle, a junior, 285. At right tackle, Dylan Wilcox, he is 295 pounds. And now, your national anthem. National anthem by the Carbondale Area Band as we continue along with the Roselle Department Store starting lineups. Andrew Bellis is at left guard, a senior at 230 pounds. Mike Cantarella at right guard, a senior, 255. Christian Mitchell at center, 246 pounds and a senior. Joey Gutowski will quarterback the Blue Devil offense. He leads Division III in passing. He is 6'2", 175 pounds and a senior. Brendan Mozaleski at fullback, 5'10", 200 pounds and a sophomore. And Cooper Califano at tailback, 6'1", 188 pounds and a senior. And at flanker getting the start, Jerry Hobbs, a senior, 5'10", and 175 pounds. Your starting defense for Carbondale area brought to you by Roselle Department Store. Noah Yates, the sophomore at left defensive end. Marcus Ortiz at right end. He is a junior. At left tackle, Austin Colacino, a senior. Jared Kosha at right tackle. The linebackers are Steve Martin, Dominic Gelati, Frank Burke, and Tyler Scott. The corner returners are Sean Bolinas and Zach Sopko, and Nico Saccone is the free safety in the Chargers secondary. So we are set for the kickoff here in Week 8 of high school football. It is Old Forge and Carbondale area, and Dominic Gelati will tee up the football for Carbondale area. 2 are deep for the Old Forge Blue Devils. Philip Palmater is back there, along with Jarrett Horn. So we're set to rock and roll with high school football in the Pioneer City here in Week 8. Nick, how's the wind up there on the booth tonight?
Non-existing.
Great.
It's actually not a bad night out.
That's good news. It was a little bit windier.
It was very windy this afternoon, but nothing blowing.
Fortunately, the wind died down, and Gelati will kick off to the Old Forge Blue Devils. And he will angle it to the near sideline, and Joey Katowski will field it and come up across the 30-yard line, breaks a tackle, and in a cloud of dust is dropped at the 35-yard line.
Number 3, Joe.
So here we go with Old Forge and Carbondale. And the Old Forge Blue Devils averaging 35 points a ball game offensively, while the Chargers are giving up about 27 a ball game.
Well, yes, that's what as we were saying earlier, there's a challenge. It's important for Carbondale to stop the ball as close to the line of scrimmage if they can. If he's got to load the box, sometimes you have to give up that play in the back end and play, man-for-man coverage, Steve, if it gets to that point. That's just the way the game is played when you're giving up 30, 40 pounds on the line.
Here come the Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage as Gutowski will step under center, and Gutowski on a draw play will hand it off to the tailback. Look like Califano getting the call, and he'll pick up a couple of yards to the 37. So the Old Forge Blue Devils open up the first play of the ball game with a ground game. Like to say hello to everybody watching and listening on the internet, as the Carbondale Area School District is streaming the broadcasts and hooking into Adams Cable Audio. So folks, great to have you on board tonight for Adams Cable High School football wherever you may be. 2nd down and 8, Old Forge from its own 37-yard line. And once again, they will go to the pass play, and pass on the near side of the field is complete.
Pass complete to Brendan.
Great call, Steve. Misdirection, little quarterback naked boot out around to the near sideline. Wide open, big play, first down for Old Forge.
Well, that was Brendan Mozaleski on the reception, and they are in Charger territory now, in business at the 45-yard line. So good play calling by Mike Schuback in his 14th year as head coach, a record of 121 wins and 44 losses. The Blue Devils coming into this game have scored 246 points while allowing 102. As Christian Mitchell will lead Old Forge to the line of scrimmage, and Jerry Hobbs will be a wideout on the top of your screen on 1st down and 10. And the running attack, Califano, is nailed for a loss on the play. Nick, some great defense by the Chargers that time.
Yeah, a lot of guys shed their blocks early, got right on Califano. But you got to put it together for 3 downs.
Right.
They did that very similar on 1st down at the beginning of the drive.
Well, last week, Carbondale area defensively forced 3 turnovers against Holy Cross, and they're going to need a good effort here tonight to hang with the Old Forge Blue Devils. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12, the Blue Devils from the Charger 47. And Gutowski will hand it off. This is Califano with the football, knifes his way to the 41-yard line.
Tyler Scott on the play again there, Steve. So again, Carbondale, getting dug in tonight. Pretty good so far against the run. 3rd down, and they got to hold them.
Blue Devils will talk things over in the huddle. The only blemish on the Blue Devils record came in week number 4 to Lake Lehman when they lost 42-13.
Lake Lehman is 7-0 down there, Steve, rolling everybody.
Yeah, they are a very good football team. 3rd down and 7, the Blue Devils. Operating from the Carbondale 42, as Gutowski will drop back to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Now he steps up, looking for the 1st down, and Gutowski with running room at the 20. Gutowski looking for the end zone, and Gutowski is in for the touchdown. A 42-yard run for Joey Gutowski, and the Blue Devils take a 6-0 lead over Carbondale.
Very athletic, and that's what Mike Schuback was telling us before the game. You could see the vision of the field. He didn't panic. He knew what he was doing and broke a big one. Put the Devils up early.
Yeah, and that's the danger he gives you when he's the quarterback. He played on that state runner-up team as a receiver his sophomore season.
Yeah, you could tell just how comfortable he was out on the football field. And now Jarrett Horn will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Gutowski. And the Blue Devils missed the extra point. So they take a 6-0 lead over the Chargers with 8:57 to play here on Adams Cable High School Football. Insurance is more than just a policy. It's knowing that you are properly covered to protect all the assets you have worked so hard to acquire over the years. For over 50 years, McGovern Insurance has fulfilled the needs and expectations of families and businesses in the greater Carbondale area. McGovern Insurance Agency specializes in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. Call for a competitive quote and superior service at 282-1170. Your protection comes first at McGovern Insurance Agency, 26th Avenue, Carbondale.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
After the Joey Gutowski 42-yard touchdown run, a missed extra point by Old Forge gives them a 6-0 advantage over the Chargers. And now Jarrett Horn will tee up the football and kick off to the Carbondale area Chargers. And this squib kick is taken by an upback. And for Carbondale area, Steve Martin on the return. And Martin with a pretty good return. And the spot of the football will be close to the Carbondale 45-yard line, so they'll have good field position.
And that's exactly what Larry Gabriel wants. That allows him to run whatever play he wants. He's not backed up against his goal line, so he has a little more freedom to call plays when you're out at midfield. So that's the start Carbondale needed on offense. And now, you got to look across at that huge Old Forge line, and you got to figure out what you're going to do.
Well, they average about 238 pounds across the line of scrimmage, and they have been dominating teams in the Lackawanna Football Conference Division III. So the Chargers will operate on the first play from scrimmage with Jordan Tallarico at quarterback. And Tallarico will hand it off, and here's Gelati around the left side, and Gelati with about a 2-yard gain. Your starting offense for Carbondale brought to you by Roselle Department Store. Marcus Ortiz at tight end, Zach Sopko at split end, Pete Sod at left tackle, Sean Connolly at right tackle, Tyler Dool at left guard, Reese Fuchs at right guard, Andrew Larson at center, Tallarico at quarterback, Frank Burke lines up at fullback, and of course Dominic Gelati at tailback. Sean Bolinas lines up at flanker. We'll give you the Blue Devil defense after this play on 2nd down and 7 from the Carbondale 48-yard line. And Tallarico will have an I formation in the backfield. And Tallarico on a late pitch. Here's Gelati, and Gelati lowers his shoulder and is dropped at midfield. Your starting defense for Old Forge brought to you by Roselle Department Store. King Shaquem Rose at left defensive end, Troy Harris at the right end, Cantarella at left tackle, Trevor Brown at right tackle. In the 4-4 defense, Cooper Califano at linebacker along with Mondo Salavanti, Brendan Mozaleski, and Jarrett Horn. Jerry Hobbs at left corner, Paul Cariotti at right corner, and Joey Gutowski at free safety. Those are your starting lineups today, brought to you by Roselle Department Store in Carbondale. 3rd down and 5 from midfield for the Chargers. As Jordan Tallarico, who is second in passing behind Gutowski in the division, will set them down, and there was movement on the line, and wow.
I'm going to guess that's on Old Forge.
Looked it from here, Nick. Yep, I agree.
Troy Harris saw something there and came across the line of scrimmage a little bit too quickly, guys.
Carbondale offensive line showed discipline there. That might be an automatic first down, Steve.
Yeah.
So that's what Carbondale wanted.
You'll take a cheapie every now and again.
Hey, if it's free, it's for me, right?
That's right.
And
Glenn loves a freebie.
Yeah.
See, he's not here.
Yeah, we can say whatever we want.
Do whatever we want. He's
yeah.
not even in the state.
No. He might be checking us out online. We have to
Could be.
watch, though.
I doubt it, but
Yeah, you never know.
He's into texting now and everything.
Yeah, with trying to do it with a rotary phone, though, is not going to work. On 1st down and 10 from the midfield, the Chargers.
That's a
With
good
nice
play,
run.
Steve. He picked up 5 or 6 there. Dominic Gelati, I believe, I was referring to his brother Joe from a few years ago. But that's a nice carry. Carbondale taking their time, patient on offense. Get a 3 or 4 minute sustained drive here, and you never know. Now this, establish a little bit of the running game. It opens up maybe an underneath crossing route. So he's got some options here, Coach Gabriel.
Andrew Larson will lead Carbondale to the line of scrimmage. Noah Yates is wide with Bolinas on the top of your screen. Frank Burke will dot the I formation on 2nd down and 5. And a handoff to Gelati, and he's popped behind the line of scrimmage. Wow, what a great defensive play. That was Califano coming up for the Old Forge Blue Devils from his outside linebacker spot.
And he was in the backfield, as soon as the play went off. So there's what we've been saying, Steve. Obviously, we knew this coming in. Their defense is inspired. One of the quotes from one of the players last week was, the defense was coming around, 2 straight shutouts last week, giving up a late one against Trail. So yeah, they felt they had something to prove, the Old Forge defense, and that was a great play there.
If you're just tuning in, it is 6-0 Old Forge on a 42-yard touchdown run by Joey Gutowski. The extra point was no good, and with 5:29 to play in the first, the Chargers look down the barrel of 3rd down and 6 as Tallarico drops back, and his pass there's a flag on the play. It's incomplete. So let's check this out.
yeah, I don't know if did it touch one of the Carbondale
I think it
linemen?
has an ineligible receipt, yep. Okay. Probably be declined by Old Forge. Make it 4th down. Carbondale probably will go for it. Nick, what do you think? If you're Larry Gabriel, if it's 4th?
I would punt, but
Okay.
that's just me. And again, that's why I stand up here. But you change field position anyway. I mean, you picked up a good 30 yards on the drive, showing you can move the ball with some success. Now let's see if your defense can put something together here and keep them pinned in their own territory.
I like what he's doing. He's going to punt, it looks like here. That's smart.
And Yates has been a good punter for him this year. I mean, they've had some trouble with the center snaps, but hopefully that's something they practice all week and get that rectified quick.
On 4th down, the punting unit is in for the Chargers. 2 are deep for the Blue Devils. And the punt by Yates is a good one. Inside the 10, this will be Gutowski on the return, and Gutowski zigzags his way up across the 15-yard line and then won't go down and is gang tackled by a host of red shirts near the 20-yard line. While we have the opportunity, I would like to thank Athletic Director Eric Larson and the Carbondale Area School District for allowing us to be here, helping us out any way we could with everything we needed. And Eric has been fantastic all season. It's always great to come here. Very comfortable to do a game. And this is our final broadcast here at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex this year. So, Eric, thank you for all of your help this season. Also to the maintenance crew for all of their help. On 1st down and long from the 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line, the Blue Devils will work out of the shotgun, and they will give this to Califano. He's got the 1st down and more, and he could go all the way, and he will.
He's quick. Wow.
Ooh. And Califano will go for the touchdown, and the Blue Devils lead at 12-0.
Nick, I tell you what, that's for a high school kid, that is quick.
Yeah, he got that. He beat that first line of defenders, and forget about it.
That was an 80-yard touchdown run by Cooper Califano of Old Forge. And the Blue Devils have the 12-0 lead.
And that's what obviously you got to give up some stuff when you got to give up certain things if you're going to try to stop the run, and that's what happens in the back end. You're susceptible to the long run, but Cooper Califano there showed some pretty good track speed on that one, Steve.
He sure did. Jarrett Horn, the 6-foot, 175-pound senior, for the point after, out of the hold of Joey Gutowski. And the Blue Devils have a 13-0 lead over Carbondale with 4:49 to play first quarter on Adams Cable High School football.
When your car does this. Call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale.
Back in Carbondale for Week 8 of Adams Cable High School football alongside Dave Serra and Nick Homick. Steve Young here as the Blue Devils had 2 possessions, and they scored on both, and they lead the Chargers 13-0 here in the first quarter.
Well, that's Cooper Califano's 7th touchdown of the year, so you know he's been in the end zone before. But again, just excellent blocking. Old Forge's offensive line. Again, that size, it's awfully tough, Steve, to combat that kind of size. And then once he got on the perimeter, out on the edge, he was gone.
Horn to kick off, and they will squib the kick, and Carbondale will field it, and up back will get it for the Chargers. And let's find out if the Blue Devils have recovered.
It went 10 yards, Steve, right?
Yeah, that was like an onside kick. And let's find out if Carbondale will have the football. And
I believe they do.
They will.
Luckily.
So they dodge a bullet, and they will have great field position. And we'll see what they can do as they will bring their offensive unit onto the football field, trailing 13-0. Next week, we will be at Lakeland for Week 9 of high school football, when the Riverside Vikings and the Lakeland Chiefs will go at it. 6:45 airtime here on 7.
Nick, did you guys do Valley View? Steve, did you guys do the
We did not.
Dunmore Lakeland? I was surprised at that score. Nick, did that surprise you, Dunmore handling Lakeland that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Lakeland played them tough in the first half, from what I understand, but Dunmore just imposed their will and does what Dunmore does best.
First down and 10, the Chargers from their own 48. Check this. Sopko will get the call, and the ball is loose. Old Forge might have it. They jumped on it, and we'll see they do. The Blue Devils have the football as Sopko turns it over.
And Larry said we might see him tonight, and like you said, you have to just. You can't just go with the same back. You can't wear him down like Larry Gabriel said in the interview. So you got to rotate your guys, and sometimes that first touch of the night on a little bit of a chilly night, the ball gets a little slick, and that can result.
So a Carbondale turnover will give the Blue Devils the football in Charger territory at the 48, first down and 10. And the Blue Devils with Gutowski out of the shotgun. And Gutowski looks to the far side, and the pass is complete to Horn. And Horn will have about 7 or 8 yards, just short of a first down. So in Division III, guys, the Old Forge Blue Devils are the real deal. They are 2-0 overall in Division III, 6-1 overall. But when you take a look at all of the other teams behind them in the division, they're all at 2-5. So they are the class of the program in Division III. And you take a look at them, and they're sharp here tonight against the Chargers.
A win tonight should clinch the Division IV, right?
I believe they have clinched
the playoff berth already.
They've clinched yes.
Well, everybody in Class A makes
all
it.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, you got another quick out.
As the Blue Devils continue to move the football almost at will.
Yeah, everybody in Class A makes it because there's only 4 teams.
Right.
They got away from that sub-regional that they had a few years ago with District 4 and District 11, I believe.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line.
3:46 to play here in the first. Blue Devils 13, Chargers nothing. And from the 20-yard line, first down and 10 for Old Forge. And it's Califano with the handoff and a 20-yard touchdown. Wow, there was just a big gaping hole. Mike Cantarella at 255 pounds at 6'1", and Dylan Wilcox, the right tackle, he's 295 and 6'3". You could have taken a truck through there.
I could have ran through that hole.
Wow, that was something.
Well, Nick, did you saw that he split 3 guys out to the left, and that pretty interesting play call. He had 3 receivers, spread out left, and that left the inside handoff.
Yeah, there was no way
tough to stop.
3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and a 19-point lead for the Blue Devils. Horn, who's had a busy first quarter, for the point after. And it was almost blocked. And Old Forge has a 20-0 lead over Carbondale with 3:39 to play first quarter on Adams Cable High School Football.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs. The action continues from the 50-yard line with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Channel 7 High School Football.
Glenn Muskowski off this weekend, going on the road to the Penn State game. Dave Serra in the booth with us tonight, along with Nick Homick from Frankie Carl Productions for Week 8 of high school football. Blue Devils and the Chargers, and the Blue Devils are rolling. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and a 20-point lead here in the first quarter. Blue Devils will tee it up and kick off to Carbondale. Now I think we're going to have a new kicker in the lineup. Michael Gallagher will kick off for the Blue Devils. 2 are deep for the Carbondale area Chargers. And Gallagher with the kick. And this kick will bounce at about the 25, and it's picked up by Sean Bolinas on the return, and he is out to about the 21-yard line. And the Chargers will bring their offensive unit back out onto the football field and try to get something going against this Blue Devil defense that only gives up about 14 points a ball game.
Awfully tough defense, but what you do if you're Carbondale, you keep running your plays, you keep your poise, and you just keep working hard, and you fight off your block, and
first down.
That's the formula.
From the 30-yard line.
Beautiful night for football, though, here in the Pioneer City. Great day. Dave, I was here early, and we were ready to go, and I went outside and sat in the bleachers. It was a beautiful fall afternoon here in Carbondale as the sun was setting, and just a great day as Carbondale will go with the running attack. It looks like Gelati trying to sweep around the left side, and a flag on the play.
Gelati on the carry for Carbondale.
Again, he's tough, Steve. As I said, his brother was tough. He's tough. He can, he's not afraid, and bouncing back from a foot injury earlier this year, and not sure the penalty.
Well, the officials will talk things over.
Nick, how good do you think this Old Forge team is? You think they make a run deep into the...
It's tough to say.
I haven't seen a lot of
especially in Class A. It's just, you've had up years, you've had down years. I mean, if you catch it on the right year, you can go deep.
Well, Southern Columbia, aren't they up to AA now?
They're a AA school. But no. I mean, look at South Williamsport. I really thought that they would be unbeatable, and they really handed it to Old Forge last year, and then they went and got beat. So, I'm a firm believer in it's just the year that, if a classification is deep, anybody can win it. But if it's just a down year, you could surprise a lot of people.
Second down and short for the Carbondale area Chargers as sophomore quarterback Jordan Tallarico will give it to Gelati, and he goes off the left side, right up the gut, and he picks up a Charger first down.
Where I think that Old Forge really benefited from in the past few years, and even Dunmore, is they played one another.
Right.
And they also had some stiff competition for some other teams, such as the Lakelands of the world. Both of those schools,
Lakeland's fighting for a berth. They're like tied for 4th in the double.
They're on the cusp of the 4th, but with the Wyoming Valley Conference teams still have so many meaningful games down there to play as well.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know if this year is as good of a year as for football around Northeast PA as we had in years past.
Right.
That remains to be seen.
Carbondale will sustain the drive by virtue of the first down, and this time the running attack goes nowhere. That was Frank Burke, and he was buried behind the line of scrimmage.
Going into next year with the 6 classifications, a lot of teams, who were predominantly AA teams all their lives Could be a single or a triple A. You know,
yeah, depending upon where they fall,
the way
right?
the numbers start falling, I mean, you're going to have, 6 classifications, and we were just talking a little bit before about all 4 of these teams are going to make the playoffs in Class A. Well,
what do you think of that, Nick? Well, I mean, they do that in basketball too, right, Steve? You guys do a lot of basketball. Don't usually the A schools all?
Look at Little Forge's girls the past 2 years. They made it to the Class A state championship both years against Vincentian Academy. A little chilly up here, but Vincentian Academy is a private school out by Pittsburgh, and they had some trees in there.
On a second down play, Carbondale will go with the ground game up the middle, but the Blue Devils shut it down. Making the tackle was Trevor Brown from his defensive spot. He is 6'3", 285 pounds, and a junior.
That's amazing, the size. Nick, are you amazed at the size of these guys?
Yeah, Coach Schuback touched on in his opening. I mean, they're just on a great run, and a lot of schools can attest to it in every sport. We talked about this a few times on the broadcast. Is you just get in runs where it just seems like it never ends, or you just reload the gun. And Old Forge is just in that situation right now.
Seems like Old Forge continues to do it. Dunmore continues to do it.
For years it was Valley View who continued.
Right.
Abington Heights. Those teams just. North Poconos and Scranton Preps, they always just seem to have kids everywhere.
They're down in 14 and a man open and
nice
off
throw.
His fingertips. Good throw by Tallarico.
Yeah, he led him.
Sopko was the intended receiver, but just could not hang on to it. And it's 4th and long, and the punting unit comes on for the Chargers.
Good call there by Carbondale's coach, Larry Gabriel. You want to stretch the defense, you have to have a little bit of a vertical passing threat, and that was a nice throw, almost a very, very impressive completion to Sopko there, Steve.
Noah Yates is on to punt for Carbondale.
Noah Yates to punt.
Trailing 20-0 here in the first quarter with 25 seconds to play. Yates gets a good snap, and the end over end will go to the 26-yard line, and Gutowski with some running room turns it upfield across the 45, and Gutowski is gang tackled by a host of red shirts at midfield. And a great return by Joey Gutowski to give the Blue Devils excellent field position.
For a guy 6'2", 175, he just carried 3 or 4 guys 6 yards. I mean, Steve, the strength of Joey Gutowski, extremely impressive.
Flag down here at the 40.
6'2", 175 pounds is Joey Gutowski, as the officials will talk things over. I don't think they're mic'd tonight. I don't think the necessary equipment made it here on time, so
probably the block in the back, Nick. I didn't see the signal yet.
They're still having a conversation.
Personal foul. Wow.
Against the Blue Devils, and this will
take it back to the 35 or so. Is it still a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah.
It's from the spot of the foul. Okay, so they're saying that it must have occurred
around the 39-yard line, so we go back to the 24.
That's where the Blue Devils will.
It's their first big mistake of the night.
Work their offense. First down and 10. Ball just shy of the 25-yard line with 11 seconds to play in the first quarter. Coming up in the second quarter, Nick Homick will fire up his new technology that he has on the roof and bring you up to date with some high school football scores from around the area, as the Blue Devils will talk things over. And here they come to the line of scrimmage. And Gutowski out of the gun on the first down play. And an inside handoff will go nowhere to Mozaleski. And that will bring an end to the first quarter here at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex in Carbondale, with the Blue Devils leading the Chargers 20-0 on Adams Cable High School Football.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale. Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Second quarter about to get underway here in Carbondale with the Blue Devils of Old Forge leading the Chargers 20-0. And Old Forge will talk things over.
And Steve, you saw a nice play by junior right defensive end Marcus Ortiz, making a nice stop for a loss on Mozaleski. Here's the trips again, Nick.
From the 22-yard line, this will be Gutowski to fire a pass, incomplete. And a little miscommunication there. A pass was intended for Philip Palmater, the senior, split end. And a little miscommunication results in an incomplete pass, and the Blue Devils will face third down and 13 yards to go.
And looking at Carbondale's defense, Steve, you got a couple of defensive ends, 6'4", 180, Noah Yates, 88, Marcus Ortiz, 6'2", 180. So they got some, and two guys back next year on the defensive line, which they're getting valuable playing time this year. And these guys are making an impact.
Christian Mitchell leads Old Forge to the line of scrimmage on third down and 13. Gutowski back to throw, rushes on, screen pass, complete, but Carbondale is all over it.
Carbondale played more of a gimmick defense there where...
Gelati with the tackle.
Nice play there by Dominic.
Where they were basically all standing up, moving around.
It's a good stop.
And for the first time in the football game, the Blue Devils will bring its punting unit onto the field on fourth down and long from the 22-yard line. And Jarrett Horn will boot it away 2-yard deep for the Chargers. Bit of a high snap, but Horn will angle this to the near side, and the Chargers, did they touch it?
Yeah.
I think Carbondale will field it at the 47. Boy, that was dangerous the way they handled that play.
Well, you call for the fair catch.
On it.
Yeah, you call for the fair catch or you get away from it. But that's, again, Carbondale fortunate to keep the ball there. And, again, good field position, Nick.
Yeah, they can't complain about the field position they've had so far tonight. They just have to execute something on offense.
Well, folks, I'd like to say hello to Pete Tallarico, who was out at the ticket booth here tonight, Dave.
Peter, longtime supporter, legend on the west side of Carbondale, could really tell some stories about that great part of town.
Oh, gosh, I see Pete walking all the time, each and every day, has the headset on, has the Beatles music going in the headset. So Pete's working hard down at the ticket booth tonight, and great to have him here at the Andrew J. Sarah Sports Complex as Yates cannot hang on to the pass from Tallarico.
Again, he had time. When you have time, a little bit behind him, but still, I thought Jordan's got a strong arm. You could see he could get it down there. And again, I think, if he has time, these are the shots that Carbondale has to take downfield. Get behind the defense, you might hit one.
Dave, I told Pete last week, I said, I always see you walking. I said, I'm tired watching you walk up Fallbrook Street. But he is always trying to stay in shape, very athletic. And
civic community-minded man.
Sure
Good man.
Is. Great people. Second down for the Chargers from the Old Forge 48. As Tallarico will send a man in motion, and they'll go on a handoff to Gelati. And Gelati with boy, if he got a gain of one, that was a tough yard.
He earned it.
Sure did. Well, the Blue Devils, no strangers to championships. They captured District 2 Class A championships in 1993, 2006, 2011, 2013, and 2014. Lackawanna Football Conference championships in 2006, 8, 9, 11, 12, and 13.
Suburban Conference titles in 1987, 88, 89. Eastern Conference all the way back 1952, 58, and 61. Boy, they sure have won a lot of titles in the years. 3rd down and 10. Carbondale area off the play fake. Tallarico to throw, underthrows Noah Yates. Well, Yates ran a good pattern and was open, but that pass was underthrown, and the punting team will come on for the Chargers.
And Steve, when you mentioned 3 of those titles, 1987, 1988, 89, there's a little bit of, we'll get into this a little bit later. One of Carbondale assistant coaches, Joe Zabelski, was a teammate of Old Forge head coach Mike Schubeck, who was a tackle. Joe Zabelski was the quarterback. He's now one of the Carbondale assistants, and those guys have a long history together as players.
Yeah, they sure do. As Yates has the snap go off his fingertips, he's going to try to boot it away and just gets it away. It might have been partially blocked, Nick. But, boy, did Carbondale dodge a bullet there.
Good sense of presence to get rid of the ball as best he could.
Noah Yates is only a sophomore, folks, but showed a lot of composure back there. Now let's check where the spot of the football will be. Right at the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10.
18-yard punt, but very, you'll take those 18 yards versus giving the ball back deep in your own territory.
Well, Nick will give you an opportunity to fire up the new technology on the roof. See if you could get some updates on high school football around the area, as Gutowski has flags all over the field on this snap from center.
All right, we have a couple of updates here. Walton Paupack leading North Pocono 16-0 midway through the second. Riverside 20, Montrose 7 at the end of 1. Dunmore 21-0 with 5:38 to go left in the second. Delaware Valley and Scranton at the end of 1. DV leads that game 14-7.
Cool.
Oh, how about this for a score? Anthony Morent, who has a total of 5 touchdowns, as GAR leads at the end of the first quarter, 42-0.
Wow. Who's the opponent?
It does not say.
Wow.
I don't think they want to be broadcast who it was. Lackawanna Trail and Susquehanna. Trail leads that 13-0.
And Gutowski on a keeper. Carbondale headhunting there, and Gutowski loses yardage almost back to the 20. I think his forward progress will be marked around the 22. So he lost about 3 on that play.
Wasn't there something about Anthony Morant last week had 8 touchdowns in the game?
Yes.
Set up some kind of record.
Didn't really see too much of the, sports this week. But, boy, that's quite an accomplishment.
Quite an accomplishment. That's a season's worth of touchdowns in one game.
And GAR is 4-3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love to know who they're playing tonight, but...
Well, I know Jason Reed for Susquehanna against Carbondale years ago had 7 touchdowns in a game we broadcasted right here, as Gutowski will step up in the pocket. A lot of time to throw, and underthrows his intended receiver, Jerry Hobbs.
There's something to be said about those kind of games. All right, if he had 7 touchdowns, I do remember the game you were talking about there, Steve, and I do believe Carbondale. What did it come down to? A missed extra point, though?
Yeah, something like that. It was like a wild game. It was an overtime game. Yeah, it was an overtime game.
Yeah, so that is understandable. 8 touchdowns, that's quite a bit.
That is. I mean,
you think about it, that's 56 points alone, assuming all the extra points are made. But it's a lot of points.
You think about all the crazy games that have been played over the years in high school football when you think back. 3rd down and 18, the Blue Devils from their own 22 with a 20-0 lead here in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 57 seconds to play.
Well, this has always been a great high school football area. You go back to Lakeland, Jerry Boyarski, in the 70s. I mean, Tim Ruddy from Dunmore.
We have a timeout on the field, and we will return after this break on Adams Cable High School Football. Keep your vehicle running safe and efficiently with complete automotive care by Jerry's Tire and Auto Service, Brooklyn Street, Carbondale. You can rely on Jerry's for minor repairs, wheel alignment, Pennsylvania safety inspection and emissions testing, brake service, oil changes, computer diagnostics, and brand name tires for a smooth ride. Stop in and see Jerry. Call 282-TIRE or visit their website, jerrystire@gmail.com. Jerry's Tire and Auto Service, Brooklyn Street, Carbondale. Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving, Carbondale.
Welcome back to Carbondale and Week 8 of high school football. It's the Chargers and the Blue Devils, and with 8:57 to play in the first half, the Blue Devils hold a 20-0 lead over Carbondale area. Old Forge faces 3rd down and 18 from their own 22-yard line after a timeout. And we'll see what the strategy will be right here, as Jerry Hobbs will be a wideout on the near side. And Gutowski, I believe, will also come in motion. And the snap will go back. And a new man in the lineup who at quarterback, and he is just going to keep the football.
Paul Cariotti.
Paul Cariotti doing the quarterbacking, running the offense. So Gutowski went out to flanker, came in motion, and they'll be short of the first down, and the punting unit will come on for the Blue Devils.
Good defense by Carbondale. Held their positions in the secondary. That's, force them to punt and get the ball back. And again, Steve, lots of time left here in the second quarter. Carbondale gets it at midfield, possibly gets a good return. You maybe pop one in, and then you're back in it.
Well, they're going to have to try to generate some kind of offense, as they have struggled here against this good Old Forge Blue Devil defense.
39, Sean Bellina.
4th and 12. And Horn is on to punt for Old Forge. Inside his own 20. Good punt. And Carbondale with a fair catch at the 40 as Bolinas has it. And Carbondale area goes back on the offensive attack from that point, 1st down and 10.
Well done, well executed. You call for the fair catch. You take the pressure off yourself. Excellent play.
Well, big weekend of sports. Toronto Blue Jays in action tonight, trying to stay alive in the playoffs.
So much for the Cubs, Steve, with the Back to the Future prediction, the movie. Getting swept by the Mets.
And the Mets never trailed in that series. How about that? Great pitching.
Could be a replay of 1986 for the Mets, or 69.
Could be. And the Chargers come to the line of scrimmage on the 1st down play. Tallarico will send Yates in motion, and it will be Gelati stacked up after a short gain on the play.
Jared Horn on the tackle, tough 2 yards. He's earning every yard he's getting tonight, and and they knew that was going to be the case. But again, you don't give up in your ground game. You try to stay balanced like they're doing. Carbondale doing the best they can, Steve, to hang around in this game.
Well, that's all you can do. A 2-yard gain by Gelati will result in 2nd down and 8 yards to go, as Andrew Larson will bring the Chargers to the line of scrimmage. Sopko is wide on the top of your screen, along with Bolinas. Yates in motion. And a late pitch. Gelati popped on the play. Wow, you talk about some hard hitting and a flag after the play.
I don't know what they're calling a flag on it, unless he
like it was after the play.
Something to him. It was just a good football play.
It was just so fast. I mean, I'm impressed with the speed of the Old Forge defense.
Well, they're obviously seeing something that's giving it away.
Is he signaling a face mask? I can't.
Yeah, I think it was. Against the Blue Devils, that was a 5-yarder.
5-yard penalty against Old Forge, face mask.
So 2nd down for the Chargers. And Second down and a long 5 yards to go for the Carbondale area Chargers as the clock is rolling with 6:39 to play here in the first half, and Carbondale trailing 20-0. As Jordan Tallarico will come up under center. And Tallarico will spin, and Gelati will take the handoff, and then is gang tackled by a host of white shirts as the Blue Devils were right there. You talk about some great defense. Mondo Salavanti, the inside linebacker, 5'10", 200 pounds, and a senior. Joey Gutowski in on the stop.
And he's very active, Steve, as a safety. He's up at the line of scrimmage making a lot of plays, and they only play with 3 defensive backs, Old Forge, but yeah, very, very active from that safety position.
Boy, they just swarmed to the ball carrier. 3rd down and 4, Carbondale area. As we near 5 minutes to play in the first half. And Tallarico will direct some traffic. Tallarico handing it off to Gelati. Gelati turns it upfield and tries to get to midfield. This is going to be close. Might be short. It's all in the spot of the football. If they spot it just shy of the 50, Nick, he'll be short, right?
Yeah, he's definitely short.
Yep. So
you probably have to go for it, Steve. You can't give them the ball back. Right, Nick? I think I go for it here.
Well, what do you have to lose? I mean,
this is probably one of your better drives in the past few.
Dylan Wilcox, number 74, checks into the Old Forge lineup. 4th down and 1 for the Chargers.
Yeah, go straight ahead. If you have a play develop in the backfield, they might get to it. So I'm wondering maybe a quick fullback dive, maybe even a quarterback sneak. But the center, Andrew Larson's got to get push.
Tallarico, Gelati, first down. Nice job by the Chargers. As the left side of the Carbondale line did open up a hole. And I think we have a player down for Carbondale. Well, Tyler Duell getting up very slowly, but he seems to be okay as Gelati will sustain the drive with the first down.
Him and Peter Sod got some push there. 5'10", 235-pound senior's been around a while, plays hard, and got the first down for Carbondale with 4 minutes to go, Steve. Got some time.
And here comes Carbondale as Bolinas will be wide on the top of your screen. And Martin will dot the I formation. Gelati, the workhorse, takes the handoff, and Gelati stacked up after maybe a gain of 1. We'll have to check the spot.
Dominic Gelati on the carry.
Yeah, this Old Forge lineup. Cantarella, 255. Brown, 285. Linebackers, around 200. 175, but they're quick.
And Steve, you guys all year won't see, in any of the divisions, the A, AA, AAA, a line that big. That is just
offensively. I mean, they're huge. Trevor Brown, 285, Bellis, 230, Mitchell, 246, Cantarella,
and they can move lateral movement. They got good footwork.
Wilcox is 295. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers, and Tallarico with a deep drop. Here's the screen, and it goes nowhere. Big defensive play for the Old Forge Blue Devils. Mondo Salavanti coming up to make the tackle that time.
Famous Old Forge name going back years in the school district.
Timeout, Old Forge.
And there's a break in the action with 3:07 remaining in the first half, and Old Forge leading it 20-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Welcome back to Carbondale and the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex. Blue Devils called a timeout to talk things over. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remain in the first half, and Old Forge has a 20-0 lead over Carbondale. The Chargers now looking down the barrel of 3rd and 13, and the football just shy of midfield.
Old Forge trying to preserve some time on the clock, Steve. That's why Mike Schubeck called the timeout to get the ball back with time.
And Tallarico out of the gun. Tallarico rolling out. Fires on the run, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Bolinas and almost picked off by Gutowski.
Gutowski's all over the field, Steve.
He reads well. He really does.
He's a superb ball player.
And the punting unit will come on for the Chargers. Noah Yates, who's had a busy night. And 2 are deep for the Old Forge Blue Devils. Jared Horn back there and Gutowski.
Noah Yates to punt for the Carbondale area Chargers.
See if they come after it, Nick. Looks like 2 back. Need a good snap, like you were saying. They're a little. It's a good snap there.
Yates gets it up in the jet stream, and a fair catch. Oh, there was a fair catch called for by Jared Horn, but he let it go, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And that's where the Old Forge Blue Devils will have the football with 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first half.
We'll see. You'll get a look, Steve, now at the Old Forge 2-minute offense and
see what they can do. Well, the Blue Devils will play out the remaining games on their schedule at home against Holy Cross and Susquehanna, while the Chargers will go on the road in weeks 9 and 10, taking on Susquehanna and Mid-Valley. Game going on tonight at Lakeland, Holmesdale and Lakeland. Hope to have a score on that game for you coming up.
Last I saw, it was 21-7 Lakeland.
Well, they will have a tough game next week against Riverside, and we will have that ball game for you here on 7 as Cooper Califano, the tailback, takes the handoff and carries the football to the Blue Devil 30.
Cooper Califano on the carry for Old Forge.
Yeah, Old Forge needs to get something going here on offense again. They've really been flat in the past couple of drives.
You know, the 3 big plays, Nick. But nonetheless, 3 big plays.
Right.
Second down and about 3, and Califano with the football breaks a tackle and should have the first down, and he does.
Great tackle by number 7, Dominic Gelati. Probably saved a big gainer.
So the markers will move on the far side of the field, and the Blue Devils with a new set of downs at their own 30-yard line. Now let's check that spot.
Clock's still moving. I would have thought he might have called a timeout.
Football is actually at about the 32 as we near 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And Gutowski will hand it off to Jared Horn, and Horn wants to take it around the left side, and he does, and he's got a first down as he's out near midfield.
Well, the clock stops on these first downs, so that's why he's trying to conserve them. Still plenty of time here, too. You got half of the field to work with just under 2 minutes to go.
Little mini version of the jet sweep there again. If you're Carbondale, you got to hold them. You don't want to go in down 27-0. This will be a little bit of a momentum booster for Carbondale to stuff them here at the end of the half if they can.
From midfield, the Blue Devils on the move on first down and 10. And Gutowski handing it off to Horn once again, and this time he's drilled on the play as he went around the left side.
Jared Horn on the carry.
Did not get out of bounds, and the clock will continue to run. Blue Devils in a hurry-up offense on second down and 10. Gutowski out of the shotgun, steps up in the pocket, dancing around, fires downfield. Oh, what a picture-perfect pass to Mo Zaleski on the reception.
Flag down over here.
Was he over the line?
He was close to the line. They might have had an offensive lineman downfield.
Okay.
In fact, I think they already know they do.
Yeah, he could scramble, no doubt about that. But this one is going to come back.
Ineligible man downfield.
And that is something that will be addressed by head coach Mike Schubeck.
Sixth penalty of the half, Steve. And that rule is that ineligible, and at the college level, I think at the high school, it's within 3 yards. The pro level, it's 1. That's been a controversial, with these zone read offenses these days. That's been a pretty controversial call, especially at the college level in the last few years.
The penalty will place the football at the Blue Devil 48 and result in 2nd down and 11. Gutowski in the pocket with time, and Gutowski belted on the play as the Chargers nail him for a loss at the 40. Good defense by Carbondale.
Number 12, Marcos Ortiz on the stop.
They had a play developing there.
He was looking deep.
He had guys running deep too, but he had the one outside receiver here getting ready to come right across the middle. He was wide open too.
This Adams Cable Sports presentation of high school football is brought to you by Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. Stop in and see Nick Cerniak and the gang for all of your hydraulic needs. By your Napa Auto Parts Store, Tonkin Auto Supply. Big thanks to McGovern Insurance Agency. They've been a cornerstone of the downtown Carbondale business district for so many years. We thank them. Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center, Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street in Childs. Big thanks to Main Street Sunoco, Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. Jerry's Tire and Auto Service, Nick's Excavating and Paving, and, of course, the Roselle Department Store.
Now, you just saw Carbondale center Andrew Larson going to the dressing room. Again, if there's something there, he's a big part of the offense as the center. If he's not available in the second half, that's going to be very tricky for Carbondale.
3rd down and 17 for the Old Forge Blue Devils from its own 42-yard line. And Gutowski out of the shotgun, rushes on. Gutowski is
Yates.
Wow, he got thrown for a loss again. Noah Yates, the big 6'4", 180-pound sophomore.
Noah Yates
nails him for a loss.
Now flag, Steve.
Well, suddenly, Carbondale has started to play some good defense. They trail 20-0. The big plays have really hurt them. Now on 4th down, we have another timeout.
Thought I saw a flag.
Another flag. Could be an unsportsmanlike. We'll see.
And then if it's on Old Forge, that's something that he will address in the locker room. I mean, he has that Jim Harbaugh look, talking to him on the field. I mean, he will correct that. Let's see. On Old Forge.
Ooh, double whammy.
Wow.
Is that an unsportsmanlike, Nick? I'm not familiar with that. I thought it was just the 2 arms out. That's a big one. So they'll punt. What they'll do is they'll punt out of this and just run out the half. So if you're Carbondale, maybe go after the punt. I think I put 1 guy back and I rush 10, and that looks like what he's doing.
Well,
maybe
the Blue Devils deep in their own territory now with 45 seconds on the clock will be forced to punt it away to Carbondale.
They have 4th and 26 up on the board, but it's about 4th and 56.
Yeah.
Well, they got to go. Well,
that thing goes that high.
17 to the 50 is 33. Wow. It's about a 50. Yeah, it's about 40 yards.
Let's see what he's in a while.
And Horn gets away a great punt.
Yeah, he did.
That is a dandy.
Okay.
And a fair catch called for by Bolinas, just inside Blue Devil territory near the 48-yard line.
Boy, Bolinas likes to live dangerously, but he comes up and gets that fair catch. That saves a lot of field position.
Sure-handed. I mean, hey,
he has been.
He does it. Gets the job done. Now with 40 seconds left and Carbondale trailing 20-0 in this football game here in the first half, the offense with another opportunity.
Let's see if he has got a trick play up his sleeve here.
This would be the time to run it, yep.
This would be time to pull him. Some kind of misdirection. Or some kind of...
The hook and ladder?
Yeah, something like that. I can see it coming.
Well, we'll see what the strategy will be by head coach Larry Gabriel III.
He's got single coverage in the near side.
Gelati in motion. Tallarico rolling to the near side. Throws on the run. And, Bolinas could not hang on to it. He was actually
turned kind of the wrong way and just could not come up with the catch.
Jared Horn broke it up too. That was I liked it. He looks like he had one guy running a 9 route or a post pattern, so I like that. I think you do that 2 more times, Steve, or 3 more times if you have it.
The incompletion will stop the clock with 34 seconds remaining in the half. Senior night 2015 final home game for the Chargers here in Carbondale this season. 2nd and 10 as Carbondale will break the huddle. As Dave mentioned, Andrew Larson in the locker room being attended to right now. And Tallarico will run the offense. Tallarico does a good job to get that high snap, fires on the run. It's up for grabs and intercepted by the Blue Devils' Joey Gutowski.
He just has a knack for finding the ball.
Best athlete in the field, I think.
Boy, he has had a great first half. Numerous tackles, comes up with that big interception.
And you throw that. You have nothing to lose. It serves as a punt, but the high snap Steve, kind of really hurt the play, and that was the end of the play, really.
Blue Devil football at about their own 17-yard line with 25 seconds to play in the first half. Great to have you on board for Adams Cable High School football here in week number 8. And the Blue Devils will come up to the line of scrimmage. And I think
might take a knee, just run it out.
Might see Gutowski take a knee and head to the locker room. Yes, he will. As the clock will wind down here in the first half at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex. And that will bring us to halftime in today's Week 8 matchup in the Lackawanna Football Conference Division III, with the Old Forge Blue Devils leading the Carbondale area Chargers by the score of 20-0 here on Adams Cable High School football.
Dremel. Hey, Dremel?
No, I'm David.
Can't find what you're looking for? Adams Cable Service has the perfect tool to find what you want, when you want. Just use your remote to access on demand. The on-screen menus make it easy to find thousands of favorite hit movies and shows you can play instantly. Adams Cable Service. It's all about you.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving Carbondale.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
When your car does this, call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale. Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family. The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
So Carbondale and Old Forge, a pretty rich history between these two football teams. Boy, that dates back all the way, Dave, to the days of Russell Park when they played under the lights.
That's a long time ago, Steve.
That sure is. A lot of good football over the years between Carbondale and Old Forge. Now, I wonder what the delay is here. Had an awful long halftime.
Delay is always long.
The halftime?
Yeah.
You're seeing that in all your games this year?
Sure.
Well, they when the teams come out, they reset the clock for another 3 minutes. Well, why not bring them out at 12 minutes?
Yeah, I mean.
And let the last, 3 of the 15.
They put 15 on the clock.
What's the point?
And there's nobody on the field.
Go get them at 3.
So, I mean.
In the old days, the officials would come in and tell the coaches.
They still do.
They still do that?
There's still an official assigned to each team, and they go in and knock on the door. They still escort them up to the field. But, again.
Number 43,
Michael Gallagher will kick off to the Carbondale area Chargers, and we're finally underway. And this end-over-end kick will be caught at the 20-yard line. Looks like Bolinas on the return, and he's got a good one along the far sideline. And a great run will place the football near the 44-yard line of Carbondale area. And maybe even closer to the 45, and that's where the Chargers will set up shop to start third quarter action here at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex.
And Sean's a veteran. Sean's been walking around this building a lot of years, and now is a good return. And again, the field position, Nick, as we've been saying, the field position's been there for the Chargers.
We said it before. They can't complain after this game about their field position being poor.
As Carbondale will talk things over, and still no sign of Larson in the lineup, Dave, I believe. Corey Bradley is at center, number 50. We'll check that, though.
He got speared in the back, so I think he's got a little back tightness.
Yates takes the pass and is whacked on the play for a 5-yard loss.
Gutkowski again. That's him on the tackle.
Oh, he's just having a great night. 5-yard loss on the play will result in 2nd down and 15 from the 40-yard line.
Nick, tough to run these little hitches, these little quick outs. I mean, they're just, again, we've been saying this all
they're
night.
Too fast.
They're too fast for,
If you're going to run that play, you have to have speed.
Yeah.
And they read and react quickly.
Yeah.
Opening minute of quarter number 3. And that is Bradley at center for the Chargers. And it will be Carbondale area working out of the gun.
Gives him a little more time, Steve, out of the shotgun.
And Tallarico against the grain, rolling out, looking, and he's popped on the play for another 5-yard loss. Leading the way defensively, the outside linebacker Cooper Califano.
Califano, number 21 on the tackle for Old Forge.
So 3rd in the calculator again, Nick.
It's becoming that, yeah.
That's a new one, Dave.
Well,
3rd down and long. As the Chargers will talk it over in the huddle with just about 2 minutes gone by.
3rd, 21, 22. See here, if you're Carbondale, you got to be careful here. You don't want to pick. You don't want to give them an easy score, and then you take yourself out of the game. So you might see a run, Steve.
From the 33-yard line, Carbondale trying to get set offensively. Ortiz now finally lines up.
Got to watch the
And
formation.
look out. We will have.
That's okay. You know why, Steve? Here's why. You don't want to run a play you're not ready. You use the timeouts. Good timeout there by Carbondale coach Larry Gabriel.
Timeout called by Carbondale with 9:59 to play third quarter as the Chargers trail the Blue Devils 20-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
When your car does this. Call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale.
Great staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. If you need any auto body work, give Tony, Mike, or Jeff a call and they will take good care of your vehicle. Third down and 22 for the Chargers. And this is Tallarico with a little screen pass to Gelati.
Boy, they read it.
Blue Devils were right there defensively.
They stayed home. They kept contained. They didn't fall for it.
Brings up a fourth down for Carbondale.
So Carbondale 3 and out, and the punting unit will come on for the Chargers. Gutowski will await the punt for the Old Forge Blue Devils, along with Jarrett Horn. Now you have to be careful right here, guys, as Noah Yates has been experiencing some high snaps from center. This time it's a good one. And the end over end kick will bounce at the 40. It gets a Blue Devil roll and is downed at the 43 by Carbondale. And the Blue Devil offense will come onto the football field for the first time in the second half with a 20-point lead with 9:14 remaining in the third. Now the Blue Devils defensively tenacious, very good.
Steve, if you don't, it's like the same thing in basketball as Glenn Miskolsky. When you don't give up a lot of points, you generally win. And in football, if you pitch a shutout, there's no way you could lose. You know, you're going overtime if nothing else.
First down and 10, the Blue Devils from their own 43. Gutowski in motion, and he will take the handoff as he goes around the right side and then is dropped as he went across the 45-yard line. Paul Cariotti is at quarterback for the Blue Devils, wearing number 14, a junior at 6 foot and 165 pounds. Yeah, very good athlete, Joey Gutowski. Does it all. He can quarterback. You could split him wide as a receiver. Good defensive back. 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain. And they'll go with the running attack to Jarrett Horn, and he spins very close to a first down.
Good play. You fake the sweep. Nick, that seems like a lot of the plays now. The jet sweep out of that, everybody.
Yeah, that zone option.
It works.
From the 46-yard.
Yeah, it does. If you have the personnel to run, everything works.
That's true.
8:25 to play, third quarter. Gutowski in motion, and this time some misdirection. They'll come the other way. That is Horn, and a great tackle on the play by Steve Martin, the left outside linebacker of the Carbondale defense.
Martin on the stop for Carbondale.
And right now, the Blue Devils will face third down. So after the big plays in the first quarter, the Blue Devil offense has kind of calmed down a little bit.
Well, they're going back to the run. They're pounding the ball and probably wants to get the sustained drive and finish it with a touchdown.
Second down. Let's check this. And the pass out to Gutowski off his fingertips.
Pass to number 3.
Have to wonder if Gutowski was expecting that.
He was looking to run before he got the ball.
He just took his eye off the ball. That's the only thing he's done wrong all night, Steve.
Third down and 7 as the Blue Devils, coached by Mike Schuback, will talk it over.
And his defense is so good, he's in 2-down territory now. So he could run 2 plays here conceivably and get the first down.
Jerry Hobbs is a wide out on the top of your screen. And Paul Cariotti will send Gutowski in motion. And Gutowski will take the handoff and turns it around the right side, and it looks like he has the first down.
Carried guys again, Steve.
It's going to be all in the spot of the football once again, guys.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. So
and Old Forge will keep it going with a first down. Great concession stand here, folks. If you were never here and you won't have another opportunity.
Walking tacos.
Walking tacos.
Steve, you saw that.
Pick that up right away. Great food, though.
Yeah, the parents, they do a great job.
They sure do.
You know, they just like down at Old Forge. Up here, they have the same pride, and they do great work for the kids.
New set of downs for the Blue Devils, and the pass will come to the near side. Palmater with the football. And a short gain on the play. Philip Palmater, a senior at 5'11" and 140 pounds.
Paul Cariotti looks like he threw the pass. We were talking to the Old Forge broadcasters before the game. They said you're going to see him, because they want to move, Joe Gutowski around, and you can see when you're that versatile, you know he's a weapon, and you can move a kid like that around, and just adds to your offense.
Sure does, and gives you an option, just in the event that maybe Gutowski has to come out of the game for a while. That's a real benefit. 2nd down and 8 for the Blue Devils, leading 20-0 as they operate from the Charger 33. And they'll go the other way, and this is Califano around the right side. He's got speed and a 33-yard touchdown. Cooper Califano, the tailback,
number 21,
scores
Cooper
for the Blue
Califano.
Devils, and they now lead the Chargers 26-0.
Steve, he's touched it 7 times. He has 3 touchdowns.
Wow, that's amazing. He has great speed. And that was just a well-executed
Faked
play.
us out a little. Faked me out. I didn't see it until he was gone.
Well-executed play by the Blue Devils. And now the Blue Devils will line up for the extra point. It will be Jarrett Horn out of the hold of Gutowski. And Old Forge has a 27-0 lead over Carbondale with 6:06 to play, 3rd quarter on Adams Cable High School football.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
Welcome back to Carbondale and high school football. Nick Homick, Dave Serra, and Steve Young here. Great to have you on board tonight here on Adams Cable High School football. And if you're listening on Channel 7, thanks for tuning in. Remember the video broadcast, the replays on Monday and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And for those of you tuned in on the internet, thank you very much for joining us tonight, wherever you may be. Great to have you on board as Old Forge leads Carbondale 27-0, and they will tee up the football and kick off to Carbondale. And once again, it will be Michael Gallagher to tee it up. 2 are deep for the Chargers. And here's your kickoff. This high end-over-end kick on the run is fumbled on the play. And for Carbondale area, on the far side of the field, a ball carrier is run out of bounds, and we'll check the number for you.
34?
Yeah, 34. We don't have him listed on the program, but Dave Serra has all the info. Desmond Lee, I understand, is the ball carrier wearing number 34. So for Carbondale right here, being shut out thus far, they will start this drive with the football on their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Well, good crowd on hand from Old Forge on the far side of the field. Great night for football. Cool, no wind, crisp,
yep.
Good football, real football weather right now. And the Chargers will go to work with the running game. And Gelati up the gut for a short gain. Dominic Gelati, 5'8", 200-pound junior. Been a workhorse for Larry Gabriel and the Chargers this season.
Brings up a 2nd and 7.
And he's back next year, of course. And, Jason Jablonowski's back next year.
They'll have a good nucleus of players when you take a look at what they return. Burke is a sophomore. Gelati is a junior. Nick Videla, I believe, is a freshman. He's out with the injury. Martin is a sophomore. Connolly is a sophomore. As Tallarico drops back, and he was hit immediately as he was unloading the football.
Yeah, he just simply doesn't have time. If you're gonna send out 3-4 receivers, you got to get rid of it quick, a 3-step drop, and that's what it was. It's just hard when you don't have time as a quarterback to make throws, Steve. It's just that's.
Guys, think about this. Yates is a sophomore. Ortiz a junior. Larson a sophomore. Fuchs is a sophomore. Connolly a sophomore. So Jablonowski is a junior who's out, and he's injured. So
you're gonna take your lumps with a young team. There's no question about it.
They're down in 7 for Carbondale as they operate from their own 42-yard line. Here's Tallarico at the controls. This time Tallarico flushed out of the pocket. Rushes on, fires, and the Bolinas could not hang on to the pass. Right at midfield.
Just can't get anything going offensively tonight, Steve. It's just, again, when you're under duress, it's hard, but.
Now, this is just a good defense you're going up against, and once again, Dave Sarah will bring us up to date on how many times Carbondale has brought their punting unit onto the field.
This will be the 6th punt.
Wow.
Carbondale area.
Now Yates will drop back for Carbondale. 2 deep once again for the Blue Devils. 27-0 Old Forge with just about 5 minutes to play, third quarter. And Yates will want to pass, and it's a fake, and it's a good one. And Ortiz has the catch for the first down.
Great call. Great call.
Well, you knew at some point Larry Gabriel was going to pull a rabbit out of his hat, and that time it worked.
He sold it.
Yes, he did. And let's see if this can spark Carbondale and get them going. You've got to love those plays, though.
Les Miles at LSU runs them. Yeah, you have to have that in your bag as a coach. I mean, it's just the way it is. Penalty again, Nick?
I guess so.
Wow, so this is a big opportunity for Carbondale.
It'll go from the Carbondale 42. What was it, personal foul, Nick? I can't quite.
Yeah, I think it was. And let's check the spot.
So it'll go from the Carbondale, I think, 42 to the Old Forge
20.
Wow.
So you talk about field position.
38-yard, yep.
Best field position of the football game for the Chargers. As Bradley will lead Carbondale to the line of scrimmage on 1st down and 10 from the Blue Devil 20. This time, Tallarico up under center. And the toss play. Gelati looking for room, and Gelati strung out on the play.
Jared Hort on the stop, Steve, and again, he's another guy who's had a very nice game all over the field, reading everything, reading his keys. Another negative play for Carbondale.
Well, they lost 2, 2nd and 12 now from the 22-yard line. You have to wonder, that field must be like concrete out there with the lack of rain. Yeah. You see the dust kicking up. As Carbondale will talk things over in the huddle as we near 4 minutes to play in the third. And Yates will be a wide receiver on the near side. Here's Tallarico to go to work. And Tallarico off the play fake, going for it all, looking for Yates. Oh, he could not come up with the catch. He ran a good pattern and a good throw, but it was just off the mark, and the pass falls incomplete.
Old Forge defender right with him there. Again, he got the Jordan Tallarico did a nice job. He got the throw away quick. He near his man. That's what you can do. You just keep taking shots. You play it. You play the full game. You play the full 48 minutes and.
Well, their best field position of the game here, Nick, and we'll see what they can do with it.
You're in 4-down territory, no question about that.
Now, right here, Carbondale facing 3rd and 12 from the Blue Devil 22, trailing 27-0.
And for Mike Schubeck at Old Forge, this is he gets to see what his defense with their backs to the wall. He gets to, when he goes back tomorrow and looks at this film, he's going to really want to know what they did when they had to stop them, when the team is driving deep on them.
And here's Carbondale. Tallarico surveying the Blue Devil defense. Blitz is on and
movement.
And a flag. Yeah, just when you think the game is moving along at a rapid pace, guys. Against the Blue Devils.
Penalty.
That will be a 5-yard penalty.
9th penalty of the night. Second in the second half.
That will not make Coach Schubeck happy.
It's only a 5 yards, so still 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, Steve.
3rd and 7 from the 17-yard line.
So you got 2 down, Steve, to get.
Well, they could pick up a first down somewhere around the 10, I believe. And the Chargers will break the huddle. Sopko will be a wide out on the top of your screen. Sean Belinas near side on 3rd down and long.
Sean Belinas has single coverage.
Now what's happening, guys? A timeout is called by the Chargers. 3:51 left to play, 3rd quarter, and the Blue Devils are up 27-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Carbondale called a timeout to talk things over with 3:51 remaining 3rd quarter, looking at 3rd down and 8 from the Blue Devil 18-yard line. Good timeout by head coach Larry Gabriel III as Jordan Tallarico will come up under center to run the Charger offense. Tallarico back in the pocket. Rush is on. He's in trouble and sacked on the play. Big defensive effort by the Old Forge Blue Devils, and that was just an outstanding play. Now we don't have 68 listed on the roster.
Is it 68 or 58?
It'll look like 68. Let's check this. Nick, keep an eye on that guy. Tell us, is it 58? It looked like 58. Nick's right.
Is it Soryavan?
Soryavan.
That's a name from All Forge.
Yeah.
5'5", 216 pounds. He ran through there awfully quick, Steve.
Huge loss to the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 20. Right here, the Chargers need a first down.
Yeah, you got to throw the bomb, Steve. You got to.
Old Forge trying to get set defensively. The rush is on, and Tallarico was belted.
Yeah, his
he
receiver didn't even
took a
turn
shot.
around. Yeah, it's just they're.
Mondo Salavanti just laid out Jordan Tallarico.
He's getting up slowly too.
He took a wicked hit.
But yeah, when your receivers, Nick, can't even get to the,
You can't even get out of your break.
you can't even get, you can't get out of the break. You're not gonna.
Yeah, the second that shotgun snack came back, there he had 3 guys in his face.
Yep.
First down and 10 as the Chargers turn over the football on downs, and Gutowski will be a wide out on the near side. And the Blue Devils will come to Gutowski, and did he make the catch?
He's having trouble with these little swing passes.
Yeah.
Paul Cariotti, the junior, running the offense right now for Old Forge.
Wasn't the best throwing ball.
It was a low throw.
But one that Gutowski usually would catch.
.230 remaining in the third quarter. And Old Forge up to the line of scrimmage as Cariotti will work out of the shotgun. On 2nd and 11, inside handoff, and Califano sheds a tackler, turns it upfield, and he's got the first down, and he is dropped at the 45-yard line.
Might have had the face mask.
That's going to be a horse collar.
Or a horse collar, yeah.
And the flag came out immediately.
Going to be called on number 25, Frank Burt. Yeah, I couldn't tell face mask or horse collar, Nick, but saved a touchdown.
How about Califano, the great athletic ability?
Had him pinned.
He was caught behind the line of scrimmage and then broke the tackle.
Cooper Califano on the carry for Old Forge.
He's tough to bring down, Steve. I mean, you see it. 6'1", 190. Senior, been around a while. He knows, these guys know what's expected of them. You put that uniform on, you're expected to play at a certain level down there, and these guys have held it tonight.
And the football will be spotted near the Charger 34-yard line, 33. First down and 10, the Blue Devils. And Gutowski in motion. He'll take the handoff. And Gutowski wants to sweep around the right side, full head of steam, breaking tackles, and then goes out of bounds, I believe, on the far side of the field.
Number 3, Joseph Gutowski, carry for the Blue Devils.
And you could see Carbondale, Nick, obviously now getting a little bit tired. It's, getting late deep into the third quarter. So now you'll...
Yeah, when not much weight is coming forward constantly, it's only a matter of time.
It wears you down.
And their backs are punishing, too. When these backs hit you.
Yeah, they're delivering shots. They're not taking them.
Yeah. 2nd and 2 from the 25 for the Blue Devils. Cariotti, pump fake. Looking along the far side, Gutowski, flag on the play. The official takes
the ref out.
He gets down. He goes down.
Probably interference on Carbondale.
Gonna make the call though.
Good job by the official there.
I think they're going to get Zach Sopko too, who I thought played it well. Now I wasn't sure I saw interference there. I thought it.
Guys, anytime you're on that sideline, whether you're on the chain gang or an official,
you're in harm's way.
It's a dangerous area.
So did he make the catch? I'm assuming he did.
I believe he did.
I know the official got taken out, but somebody else make the signal. Declined. Okay, so he made a catch.
He made the catch. Penalty. The holding penalty is declined. And let's check where the spot of the football will be. It's going to be down around the 2-yard line. Let's check. Yeah, at about the 2. Now the Blue Devils up to the line of scrimmage quickly, leading 27-0. And Cariotti on a keeper who lowers his shoulder, bounces off a tackler, and then is caught on the play. Did not get it in the end zone.
Little direct snap, Steve. Good D by Carbondale. Good penetration.
2nd down and goal for Old Forge.
2nd and goal for Old Forge.
As they talk it over in the huddle. And here they come up to the line of scrimmage once again with under 1 minute remaining third quarter. Paul Cariotti on an inside handoff. Califano falls into the end zone for a Blue Devil touchdown.
4th touchdown of the night.
33-0. The Blue Devils lead it with 35 seconds remaining in the third.
Maybe your athlete of the week there, Steve.
Well, he's been the go-to guy.
We have that knack for getting the athlete of the week on our games.
Yeah, we haven't been wrong yet.
I swear.
You've got some good games. That means you guys have got to see some good games this year.
We've seen some good performances.
Good performances.
Yeah. Since we've been doing these games, I'm telling you, we have probably 10 athletes of the week we've seen.
Well, Nick, you make out a good schedule. What can you say, right?
I wish I could predict it.
Point after by Jarrett Horn, and this time it's blocked by Carbondale. And with 35 seconds to play in the third, it's Old Forge 33, Carbondale nothing on Adams Cable High School football.
Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family.
Welcome back to the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex in Carbondale on Senior Night 2015. Chargers and the Blue Devils. It's been all Blue Devils in this football game as they now lead Carbondale 33-0. Another touchdown by Cooper Califano, and the extra point was blocked by Carbondale. And the Blue Devils will tee up the football and kick off to the Chargers. And we'll see if, yes, Gallagher will be back in there to tee up the football. 2 deep once again for Carbondale. And we still have an entire fourth quarter to go as Gallagher's kick is a high end over end kick. And on the return for Carbondale area, it's not a bad return as Steve Martin with the football for the Chargers.
Yeah, Steve, this game has just come to a grinding halt. I don't know what it is, but...
Well, Nick, I look at the clock and it's 8:57.
Sundial. I feel like I've been here for a month.
Well, and you know, it's one of the coldest nights we've had so far for high school football.
It's chilly.
It's a heck of a lot colder for him, Steve, than it is for me and you.
I had the window open momentarily on the touchdown, and I said, that's it, guys. We're closing it up here.
You're letting all the heat up.
Yeah. I could open the window and try to get some heat up to you, Nick. I don't know how that's...
Cut a hole in this roof here so I can stick my toes down.
First down and 10 for Carbondale as they operate from their own 36. And Tallarico will hand it off to Gelati. And Gelati off left tackle off to the 40-yard line.
And a lot of times at this point in the game, although you still have that's probably the last play of the quarter, Steve.
That will do it as we have 8 seconds on the clock, and that will bring an end to third quarter action here in Carbondale. It's been all Blue Devils as they are in cruise control, leading the Chargers 33-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
Keep your vehicle running safe and efficiently with complete automotive care by Jerry's Tire and Auto Service, Brooklyn Street, Carbondale. You can rely on Jerry's for minor repairs, wheel alignment, Pennsylvania safety inspection and emissions testing, brake service, oil changes, computer diagnostics, and brand name tires for a smooth ride. Stop in and see Jerry. Call 282-TIRE or visit their website, jerrystire@gmail.com. Jerry's Tire and Auto Service, Brooklyn Street, Carbondale.
Set for the fourth quarter of play here in the Pioneer City as the Blue Devils and the Chargers battle here in Week 8, and it's 33-0. The Blue Devils lead the Chargers. Hey, Nick has a little more music going up there on the booth. Are you okay, Nick?
But the thing is, it doesn't even sound like it's coming from the speakers up here. I don't know.
Carbondale, second down and 6 from its own 40.
I mean, how does it sound down there to you guys? It doesn't. I'm telling you, it sounds like it's coming out from somewhere else.
Tallarico rolling out, and this pass on the far side of the field, good for a first down at midfield. Sean Bolinas on the reception.
Now, better execution there. Wouldn't you agree, Naz? Better execution. They rolled him out a little bit. Sean broke open. Nice pitch and catch there.
Rolled him out, but it was a shallow roll, and it was a quick quick pass. With a lot of the things where Tallarico's really gotten in trouble is things that are just taking
Too
too
much
long,
time, yeah.
and no block.
But I thought Sean Bolinas broke it out there nice, looked it right into his hand, made a good catch, looked it right in. You catch the ball, you don't wait for the ball, you don't wait for the ball, you go grab it.
Carbondale sustains the drive with the first down from midfield, 1st and 10. And Tallarico at the controls. And Gelati crossed the line of scrimmage for a short gain right up the middle.
Dominic Gelati for a short gain.
Yeah, we talked about this at halftime, Dave. Without the speed of Jason Jablanowski in the lineup, it really limits your options if you're head coach Larry Gabriel.
Oh, I have Dominic with 16, 17 carries now. So, yeah, and again, at this level, that's a lot of carries for a high school kid, 17, 18. I know it doesn't sound like it, but when you're taking the pounding that you're, getting from this Old Forge defense, Dominic might be sort of marred, but again, he'll bounce back, always does.
But if you have speed in the backfield along with Gelati, that could open up the passing game, as we talked about a little bit, because now you can't key on a player in that backfield. 2nd and 7. And Carbondale goes with the ground game, and it's
fullback dive with Steve Martin again. Nick, with these guys, you're not gonna.
That's not fooling many people up there.
3rd down and long for Carbondale area. Next week, we are on the road at Lakeland for week number 9, as the Lakeland Chiefs will take on the Riverside Vikings, and we will have all of the action for you with the pregame show beginning at 6:45 right here on Channel 7.
Well, that'll be chillier, I would think, as the wind always kicks up there late in the year, right?
It usually does.
Wow.
Hey, you never know,
Western
guys.
Wayne is always the coldest time.
Yeah,
you never know. Next week, it's supposed to be really balmy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Going to get, I'm not a weatherman, but I know in the middle of the week there is some rain and temperatures about 68, so, hey, we'll take it, right? Tallarico, but that could change in the blink of an eye. Sure. You do know that.
Well, Jordan was smart there. Throw it away. Nothing there. You throw it away, and that's what you're taught.
The only problem is it brings up 4th down.
That's a big problem.
The punting unit.
Well, Dave will check and let us know how many times Carbondale has had the punting team.
This is his 7th.
Well, now, wait a minute. They didn't punt last time, Dave.
No, yeah, that's right. I marked it, so it's 6th again.
Yeah. Yates in an apparent punting situation.
Well, they're going to be in punt safe here, Old Forge. So, yeah,
he will boot it away.
Good kick.
Kick with a lot of hang time, and it will be caught by the Old Forge Blue Devils in a short return. That was Gutowski on the return. We'll give Nick an opportunity to, if his hands are working.
Ready to go.
You're ready. I knew it. He's going to bring us up to date.
I was checking a few before, but we got a barn burner down in Scranton Memorial Stadium. Scranton had come back and got the game within 4 points, 31-27 against Delaware Valley. And on the ensuing kickoff, Kelly returned it 79 yards for a touchdown and gave them a little more breathing room for Delaware Valley. They're up 38-27 here.
Wow.
Still in the 3rd quarter, though. Lakeland, after some early miscues, is ready to ship at the end of the 3rd quarter. They are in the lead, 42-13.
Over Honesdale?
Over Honesdale.
Okay.
Dunmore and Western Wayne. Dunmore is up 35-15 with 3:03 left in the game.
Wow, look at this run by Brendan Mozaleski, the sophomore fullback.
Brendan Mozaleski, number 4.
North Pocono is down 23-7 against Wallenpaupack. That's in the 4th quarter. It's really all the updates we've had. It seems like a quiet night tonight on the updates.
Yeah, some nights you have a lot of updates. Other nights it's maybe the internet is slow tonight, Nick.
Could be, but or else people just aren't chiming in.
Now on the first down play, this is Califano with the football, and he is up across the 45-yard line.
Like you said, though, before, their running backs dish out some punishment when they're about to get hit. When he sees the defender coming, he lowers the shoulder and tries to deliver the shot.
Fred Stinnard made the tackle for the Chargers. He is 6'3", 300 pounds, and a junior.
Good size. Now, Nick, if you're Mike Schubeck, you start taking your starters out here, or do you finish the game where you started?
Well, I could see he's substituted like a few people,
Okay.
or at least he's given some other.
With the game in hand. And
2nd down and 2. The pitch will go to Jarrett Horn around the far side of the field. And Horn still on his feet. And he was finally caught near the, let's check where the spot will be, around the 39-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
Good
Toss.
for a Blue Devil first down.
When you're quick and fast, a toss sweep, great play. Old Forge line turned the defenders back up into the center of the field, so another big gainer, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks to all of our great sponsors on high school football, folks. They make it possible, so if there's a service you require, please keep them in mind. All of the great people that make our broadcast possible. Jerry Hobbs in motion for the Blue Devils, and on a late handoff, Old Forge will keep it on the ground, and they go right up the gut of the Carbondale defense, and in a cloud of dust, nice run up the middle.
Nothing fancy about this drive. They're just going straight,
Yeah,
just
16
handing the
first.
ball off to the deep ball carrier. And then
They're getting pushed. They're still, that line, Old Forge line, still getting pushed. They're still playing. They're playing a full game. I mean, that's what a tough team does.
At the 31-yard line of the Chargers, 2nd and 2, Cariotti. At the controls for the Blue Devils, handoff, Mozaleski. And Mozaleski running with a full head of steam inside the 15-yard line. Now this offensive line of Old Forge just getting off the ball quickly and dominating right now.
They're just too big, Steve.
They are.
They're just too big.
33-0 the Blue Devils, 6.5 to play in the football game. And a new set of downs from the Carbondale 14 as Paul Cariotti will come up under center. Cariotti on the toss play, coming near side with an opening. And this is
That's going to be a late hit against Carbondale. Don't be shocked.
That was Jared Horn on the carry.
No, he didn't throw the flag. Touchdown.
And he scores a touchdown, a 14-yard touchdown for Jared Horn. And the Blue Devils now lead 39-0. .609 remaining in the fourth quarter. Now this big offensive line really paying dividends right now. Boy, you could, with the size of this offensive line, they average about 250 pounds across the line. You could wear teams down.
That's why I think they're going to make a run. I don't know, you know, again, like you said, Nick, maybe not similar, different to the teams of the past, but you got guys that big.
Well, the thing of it is, you got to start looking down District 4 and District 11.
Right.
That's who they're going to end up playing.
And Jared Horn gives the Blue Devils a 40-0 lead with 6:09 remaining in the football game on Adams Cable High School Football. Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving Carbondale.
The action continues from the 50-yard line with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Channel 7 High School Football.
Dave Serra in the booth tonight for Glenn Muskowski. And with 6:09 remaining in the football game, Old Forge leading this one 40-0 over the Carbondale area Chargers.
Steve, the top-ranked Class A school in the state right now is Clairton. That's out west. North Catholic, I'm not sure. So the District 4 teams, Nick, you're talking about, Jeanette is out west, I see here in the top 10 Class A rankings. North Catholic, Sharps, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, most of those Class A schools are from out west.
Okay.
WPIAL, District 7, they're all Class A schools.
Gallagher's kickoff is caught by the Carbondale area Chargers. And short return, and then great defense by the Old Forge Blue Devils as they were all over the ball carrier that time.
You know, these guys will probably run into like a Lewisburg, South Williamsport, Wyalusing, if they, they could be an A. I don't know if they are. They might be a double A, but then they'll run into Schuylkill Havens, Minersville type Mount Hanoi areas.
Well, I'm guessing, Nick, Old Forge would probably be favored in those games. They're listed in the rankings. Those other teams you mentioned are not, even in the teams to watch. So you might
Tri-Valley, I think, is a team you got to watch.
Okay.
They usually are a Class A squad.
Nico Saccone in at quarterback for Carbondale, and he hands off the football. And Carbondale elects to keep it on the ground. And that time getting the call for the Chargers.
Kevin Beblo on the
Kevin Beblo getting the call.
Chargers.
A number of years, 2 years ago when Old Forge made their state run, they, you looked at teams they played. They ended up beating a solid perennial power in Southern Columbia.
Right.
Playing a Bristol team out of District 1. Then they went down and played a Schuylkill Haven team and just had no trouble with them whatsoever. Then they played a good Steelton High Spire squad who's always there, fighting in the semifinals out of District 3. And the other thing, too, and, it could be this year, too, is it rotates as far as who gets the home field advantage.
Okay.
Old Forge was very fortunate that year to play. They played a number of games at Valley View.
So they had to come here. So they had to
Sure.
be okay.
So and the farthest they had to travel, I think, was to Orwigsburg and play at Blue Mountain High School.
Jaden Hudson on the last carry. Nico Saccone running the offense for Carbondale. And Saccone will go on a toss play. And this goes nowhere as the Old Forge Blue Devils shut it down. And getting the call was Kevin Bebla. And Old Forge with some very good defense.
I have a feeling, Nick, and coaches don't talk ahead, and they obviously they got to take it a game at a time. But I have a feeling they're kind of looking at films down the road maybe and starting to gather. Look, we might be,
And now in today's day and age, when stuff like look what we do. Ours is posted on YouTube, by next week. You can find film on schools quicker than you think. And there's enough contacts through social media and things like that now. You could start getting film and have people go scouting these teams. So it's not like back in the days where, you still do exchange films with the coaches, but it's not like the days where you meet the guy halfway on a Saturday or Sunday and, let's exchange the past two game films.
Now, Nick, you coach. Nick, coaching. Football's a game of matchups. I'm looking, if you look at Old Forge, where would be their weakest matchup? You got the skilled running backs. You got a quarterback, two guys that could really run your offense. The defense here, pitching a shutout.
If you're an opposing school, what film are you going to want to get? Is that Lake Lehman film?
What
did Lake Lehman do?
Right.
I'll tell you what Lake Lehman did. They matched Old Forge's size.
Wow.
And if anything, from what I hear, they outsized Old Forge.
Yates with a great punt.
And Lake Lehman has more speed than Old Forge too. So that's how you run. That's how you beat Old Forge. You just got to be better than they are.
And Lake Lehman, I believe, is a double A. They're a double A school.
Lake Lehman's a double A.
So Old Forge will not see them again.
No, never. There's a lot of people now who are really saying that Lake Lehman can really make a run in double A.
That'd be nice to see a local school down, Wilkes-Barre way.
Yeah, Dunmore's going to have something to say about that, too. Dunmore's got the big game experience from last year. They lack a lot of the line play.
Right.
They lost that entire line with the Drews boys and a lot of those other guys, but, they still had Garrett Murray back there, Colin Holmes.
Right.
Those were guys who were pivotal in that state run.
First down and 10, Old Forge from its own 38. And they will go with the running attack right up the gut of the Carbondale defense. And with 2:45 remaining, and the Blue Devils up 40-0. They'll put this one in the record books as a victory and set their sights on next week's opponent, which will be
Holy
Cross Crusaders, followed by the Susquehanna Sabres in Week 10. Both games at Old Forge. So the schedule, playing out the remainder of the schedule, will be in their favor at home as the toss play will go to the far side of the field. Ian Hook getting the call, wearing number 24, and he's out very close to a first down. Thanks for joining us for all of the action of Week 8 of high school football between the Blue Devils and the Chargers here on Channel 7. For the final 2 minutes, Dave Serra will tally up some numbers and pass them along your way. So pass along maybe the leading rusher for the Old Forge Blue Devils, some passing stats.
You know who that is, Steve. Cooper Califano.
Definitely. He had a big night here. Very impressive
4 touchdowns.
Runner. Very, very quick, Cooper Califano. Of course, Joey Gelati, the bread and butter guy for the Chargers, carried the football a lot tonight.
I had him for 172 yards. Cooper Califano, 4 touchdowns.
Chargers with the football as they take over on downs. First down and 10 with $1:30 on the clock. Saccone running the offense, and there is the handoff. And they sweep around the near side of the field. For the Chargers that time, getting the call. We don't have him
34.
listed. Nope, don't have him listed on the program.
Let's hear it for the Carbondale area band.
And the final 1 minute of tonight's ball game.
And of course, the
we'll take away
Charger cheerleaders.
Joe Lee, wearing number 13, is a wide out on the top of your screen as senior quarterback Nico Saccone runs the offense. And Saccone on a handoff. And Carbondale just keeping the football and going up the gut of the Blue Devil defense. And the final 40 seconds on the clock. And Carbondale will play it out.
Desmond Lee, I think, Steve. Desmond Lee, number 34.
Okay. So thanks for joining us for all of the action of high school football here tonight. And our final game in the Pioneer City. Boy, Nick, it sure did go quick, didn't it?
Sure, it always does.
Man, we were just talking about the football season is approaching, and we're coming into Carbondale to do some games. And this is it. This will do it. As the Blue Devils are victorious tonight over the Carbondale area Chargers by the score of 40-0. So the Blue Devils looked very impressive in the first quarter as they scored on some big plays, but the big story here tonight was the running of Cooper Califano, scoring 4 touchdowns in this football game, Dave.
Steve, he dominated. When you only I have him for 10 or 11 carries, 4 touchdowns. That's like Nick was saying. That ratio is pretty high, 172 yards. He's averaging 17 yards a carry. That's just tough to defend. And again, Nick, it was their speed. It was their speed, their size. Not a whole lot of teams are gonna beat Old Forge, Steve and Nick.
No, that's. Old Forge did what Old Forge does. They hit you in the face, played good defense, and they get the job done. It wasn't pretty at times, but you know what? It's effective. That's why they're one of the best programs in the area right now.
And Carbondale going forward, you got 2 games left. You got to retrench, and you got to look to win them. If you're Coach Gabriel, you're saying to your guys, look, we got 2 more games to play. This isn't it. We don't put our heads down and we go back. You got Susquehanna, Mid Valley. Both games they should be in, and you want to finish your last 2 games on a positive note, Steve. Because again, it's a full season. It's a season of ups and downs, and you got to take the good with the bad. As a football team.
And that is going to wrap it up here at the Andrew J. Serra Sports Complex in Carbondale as the Blue Devils win it by the score of 40-0. Good luck to the Blue Devils in their remaining football games against Holy Cross and Susquehanna. And, of course, to the Carbondale area Chargers as they will play Susquehanna in a Saturday game in Week 9 and wrap things up on the road at Mid-Valley in Week number 10. So Blue Devils a 40-0 winner over the Chargers, and we'll see you next week when we will have action between the Lakeland Chiefs and the Riverside Vikings. So for Dave Serra and Nick Homick, I'm Steve Young. Till next time, so long from Carbondale.
This Adams Cable Sports presentation of high school football between Old Forge and Carbondale area was brought to you by Adams Cable Service. Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. By your Napa Auto Parts store, Tonkin Auto Supply. McGovern Insurance Agency. Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center. Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street Childs. Main Street Sunoco. Figlomini Drugstore Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. Jerry's Tire and Auto Service. Nick's Excavating and Paving. The starting lineups for today's game are presented by Roselle Department Store, Carbondale. Join us again Friday, October 30th, when Channel 7 Sports presents the Lakeland Chiefs versus the Riverside Vikings, here on Adams Cable High School Football.